Flosstube, it's Lindsay and welcome back to Blushing Pink Stitches. Today is Saturday the 29th of July and this is Flosstube number 37. So I want to say welcome back to anybody who is returning to my channel. Thank you very much for watching and commenting and liking and all the wonderful things that you do every single time I upload a video. And if you're new here, then I want to say welcome to you. I hope you enjoy what you see and that you stick around for more content. And I did hit an exciting milestone. Actually, I noticed it this morning anyway. I actually hit 2,000 subscribers on my Flosstube this morning, which is just an incredible feat. I'm really, really excited that there are so many people that are interested in what I'm doing with my stitching and my stitching journey and that kind of thing. So if you're one of the ones that tipped me over the edge, then yeah, special welcome to you. I do want to do a celebratory giveaway, but because it was only this morning that it happened, I haven't really had a chance to think about what it is that I specifically want to do. So I think I'll save that until my next video. So yeah, stay tuned for that basically. So yeah, I just wanted to say again, thank you very much for everybody who has subscribed. And if you're watching this for the first time and you're enjoying what you're seeing, then please do hit that subscribe button and you can click the little bell and that will tell you every time I upload. So it has been 3 weeks since I've uploaded, a sort of regular video anyway. I did my mid-year whip parade 3 weeks ago, and then the week before that was like a normal Flosstube episode. I did upload an unboxing of a Gecko Rouge kit to my channel. That was a very short video, just sort of showing you what the kit looked like, what you can expect from a kit, that kind of idea. So you can go check that out. That's the last video on my channel. So I have a lot to talk to you about today. I have a Christmas in July update. And as it's 29th of July, we've only got 2.5 days left of July. So I'm really not going to be touching on that again. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about my Christmas in July stuff, my Christmas in July stitching, and then some other stitching that I've done and etc, etc. So let's just dive right in. We're going to start with 2 finishes. Can you believe? I had 2 finishes this month, one at the beginning of the month and one just a couple of days ago. And so I'm really, really pleased with that. So this is a small finish, but it's a finish nevertheless. I finished stitching the second snowflake decoration. So I think it's this one. Yeah. These are by a shop on Etsy called Creative Cross Stitch, and this is the second one that I finished. Just put it behind here so you can see. So it's really cute, a little bit of sparkly thread in there, this silver sparkly, and the pattern comes with 2 that you can stitch. So these are the 2 that I have done. No, that's the back. There you go, they're the 2. Please ignore the pencil mark down here. So they're really cute and don't take that long to stitch. This is an 18 count like snow glitter or like opalescent, white opalescent fabric from Zweigart that I just had a couple of scraps of after a project. So I used that and it's all the called for DMC. I think it's 5 or 6 colours. So yeah, my idea with these would be to do sort of like square finishes with like a little ribbon up here. But that's for another day. So that is my first finish. I can put something new in that bag now. And my second finish is a bigger finish. I finished Seashell. It's like those tongue twister things, isn't it? Seashell Treasures by Dimensions. It is a Dimensions Gold Petites kit. And here it is. I am super, super pleased with this. I just had I showed this obviously in my mid-year whip parade, and I had these 3 shells to finish. Basically, I had the back stitch on this starfish and this shell here to do, and then yeah, these 3 shells here. And so I was like, I'm just going to get it done, and I think it looks absolutely incredible. I showed it to my husband, and he is interested in my cross stitch, but he's not like really into it, as you can imagine. But I showed it to him, and he said, oh God, yeah, the depth of it and the back stitch really adds dimension to it. And I said, yeah, it does. So I love doing dimensions kits. They are a challenge, but the result that you get, and as it's coming alive, you watch that result coming to life, and it's just lovely. So yeah, finish number 2, and I think that's finish number 5 for the year. Let's just have a quick look. Is that 5 or 6? Yes, it's finish number 5 for the year. So yeah, that is Seashell Treasures. So that will go in, I was going to say in my finishing pile. But I've been having a bit of a rejig of my craft storage in here over the last couple of months, and I actually put up some hooks on the back of the door to the cupboard in the corner, and I've hung up on metal hangers all of my finishes that I haven't FFO'd yet. There are quite a lot of them. So yeah, just so that to try and get the creases to drop out of them. It's not working. They do need to be ironed as well, obviously, but yeah, I thought it was better than them being folded up in a drawer, basically. And I just, while we're on that subject, I did pull out a couple of pieces to sort of fully finish while I had some time off, because I'm off for the 6 weeks holiday now. In the UK, it's the 6 weeks holiday from school, so my husband and I have the holiday off now, and yeah, well, I've got more time than I would usually have. So I pulled out, I had this frame here that I did have my quick stitch blue butterfly in before it was reframed by it's just gone straight out of my head, Hawkins Hobbies. So I had this brainwave one day that actually this would look quite nice in there. So that's what I'm going to put in there. I did iron it, however, you can, well, I don't know if you're going to be able to see in this light, there is still, you can sort of see it here, a bit of a hoop mark. And this is when I was still using hoops. And it's not, I haven't got all of the creases out. So if anybody has got any tips on how to make sure all the creases get out of your stitching before you fully finish them, please let me know. And this is like really like, it's not crispy is the wrong word, but it's that stiff Ada that comes in dimensions kits. And so it's different from other Ada, but you do, in general, you fold stuff up in your project bags. Like, how do you make sure all of those creases get out before you fully finish something? Because I want it to look nice in the frame. So yeah, any tips on that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so now we are moving on to whips, some of which are new starts, and I'm not going to be doing these in any particular order. I'm just going to pull out, I've got like a stack down here. So this is actually the one that I finished working on this morning, and I don't usually do that. All I usually do is finish working on something of an evening before I go to bed, and then I will work on something new like the next day. Like, and I don't switch between whips every day, but like that's kind of how I finish something off. But I wanted to finish this particular motif, and I knew it wouldn't take me that long, so I kept it out just to do that. This is Hello Summer by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I pulled it out I've pulled out a few things. When I finish working on all my Christmas and July stuff, I really should have talked about that first, but anyway. I sort of wanted to work on some other things and pull out some things that I hadn't worked on in a while, hence Seashell Treasures. And then I pulled this one out. So this is where we're up to now. So I'm almost finished with this now. In the next rotation, when I pick this up again, this is going to be a finish. So this time around, I started with this orange leaf, worked these around, did the dragonfly, this red flower, and then it was the toucan that I wanted to stitch and finish before I put this away again. So I did that. And so basically it's just some leaves and some flowers that go around here to complete the tree. It is absolutely adorable. This is just 14 count white Ada. I'm not a big, for those of you that are new, I'm not a big out there fabric person. I think mainly, I don't like really out there fabrics anyway, but also I find it majorly difficult to choose a fabric for something to go on. I just can't, yeah, I just the options and figuring out what's going to go with what. It's why it's kind of good when you go to like Stitchy days or Stitchy shops or retreats and you have a fabric dyer there. You can sort of visualize a little bit more what something's going to look like, you know, take a pattern with you, take the threads with you, whatever it might be, ask for some advice, because otherwise I'm pretty rubbish at that. So my fabrics do tend to be plainer. I'm happy with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but there we go. So that is Hello Sunshine. The next one is my focus piece, my daily focus piece. So this is, I laminated this, Supersize Max Colour, a stitching shelf, artwork by Aimee Stewart and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of the last time that you saw it. I've continued to work on it for my 100 stitches a day. I had just had one day last week where I just felt like stitching on it for the day, so that's what I did. So I am now at 53,789 stitches, and that is 7.54%. So I have moved the Q-snap on this. So for those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, you might not have seen this, but I did have a page finish. So I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of the page finish that I had. And so it was basically this page up here. And then I had to move the Q-snap, so I decided to, well, I had to obviously take it all out. So I took it all out and I laid it on the floor and I took a picture of it in its entirety so far. So I'll put that picture up on the screen as well so you can see it in its full glory so far. That's what, 7.3 something% looks like probably. Yeah, it's just awesome. I love it. So, having moved the Q-snap, we're now working on the 7th page. So what I'm doing is I'm working along one shelf and I'm doing 2 pages at the top and then 2 pages at the bottom to complete the shelf, so that you can see here, this is the bottom of the shelf. So I started working on this one, just working across these 3 books basically, bringing that down a little bit more. Yeah. I just love this. I love it so much. I think I've decided that when we go on holiday in I think about 3 weeks time, I'm only going to be taking this with me. So we're flying to Paris and we're going to Disneyland for 5 days, which we're super excited about, mainly because Bella is going to be super excited. And And so I don't want to take a lot of cross stitch because it's not going to be, well, you can't really have a relaxing holiday with a toddler anyway, but it's not going to be in any way the sort of holiday where I'm going to have loads of time to sit and stitch. So I wanted to continue doing my 100 stitches a day, because I did think, oh, if I don't take this with me, I can just I'll catch up on those 500 stitches that I've missed when I get back, and I can do that. But I was like, I like getting progress on this. So actually, if this is the only thing that I take, I think that's quite a good idea. And I'll put it in my hand luggage rather than in the hold with no things that they can confiscate. Yeah, and then I might, yeah, but I was thinking this morning, should I take a little project so that I can like stitch it in the queues? But then I was thinking no, because again, they could confiscate scissors and needles and all sorts off of me, and I just don't want to go there, so I'm not going to do that. So this is the only thing I think that I'm going to take on holiday. That is the current plan. So there's that one. Okay, so Christmas in July, I wanted to work on all of my Christmas in July, all of my Christmas whips, which I did do, and then start a couple of new things. I think in the end, I only started one new Christmas thing, because I do have a couple of other new starts and they're not Christmas ones. So anyway, so yeah, so I worked on Santa's Workshop. This is supersized max colour again. It's the second supersized pattern that I have on the go. Well, I think I have 3 actually. So this is artwork by Thomas Kincaid, and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I stitched 1,475 stitches. I was rolling on this one, honestly. For a total of 5,857 stitches, which is 0.88%. I did think, oh my god, I might get to the 1% mark, but I didn't that time around. But I think I will in the next rotation, so woohoo, 1%. So here we are. Oh, I'm going to put a picture on the screen of the last time that you saw it. So just, yeah, and then this is where we're at now. So again, I'm just working across the top, the first 10 by 10 block, and then I am cross country, so I just go wherever the thread takes me. So I think the last time that I pulled this out, I just sort of got across here, just past this block with the S on it. So now we can see this, I think it's a lamp. Is it a lamp or a balloon? Oh no, it's a little like balloon, I think. This balloon came in, so it was really fun to stitch that bit because it was lots of different colours that hadn't come out yet. And you can see this shelf coming down here. I don't know what this is. It's just background. Oh, because these are like, I think it's like the strings of the balloon or something like that anyway, but yeah. So I would say that's about a quarter of the way across. Yeah. And I think I've worked on that for like, is it 3 or 4 rotations? I think it's 4 rotations. Fun. So lovely. Okay. There was a lot of block stitching in that last bit, even though it's max colour. There are obviously going to be some bits in this pattern that are very confetti heavy, like the Christmas tree. That will be confetti heavy. And some of the sort of toys and things, but yeah, quite a lot of block stitching that first bit. Let's just continue with the Christmas in July stuff. So I worked on Christmas Birds by Al Forrest Embroidery. And I made it 30%. So let me just see, whereabouts is this? Yeah, 32.25%. So I've been trying to do, every time I pick this up, I've been trying to do 10%. And I managed that again this time. So this is what it's looking like now. So the bit that I worked on was, I did these three sort of like little candly things maybe underneath the cardinals. This bed here and the branch that he's sitting on. I brought this bit down, little snowflake. This little acorny thing. The star. I'm not sure whether he was there before. So he might be new as well. And then I started on the birdhouse. So yeah, you can sort of see this is where I am here. So I'm sort of like working my way across in little rows. I didn't say, for my full coverage, I stitch on 25 count 1/1. This is 32 count summer khaki by Zweigart. It's the called for fabric and it's 2/2. And I'm using the DMC threads rather than the Owl Forest. Yeah, rather than their own threads. Ow. Whoops, I'm sorry if I knocked the camera. Okay. What else? Another Christmas in July whip. Is this the last Christmas in July whip? Yeah. So I didn't actually have that many Christmas whips. There we go. This is Christmas Village Afghan by Stony Creek. I'm stitching this on 25 count white Lugana 2/2. And I finished the second block as far as I can do, because the rest of my threads are coming in September when I go to the retreat. Is a lovely lady that's bringing them from America, which is awesome. So yeah, when I get those threads in September, I will go back. I'll spend a month going back and filling in the bits that I haven't done. But this is what it looks like. So there are some bits missing. Like there's like that, you can see the middle of this flower isn't there. There's some like the tops of letters that are here that aren't in there. You can see there's some back stitch that connects stuff that's not in there. The other half of these red things here are berries. So the other half of the berries, they aren't in there either. But that's what it's looking like. I have to say, I'm not loving stitching the border because it is obviously very repetitive, and also because I don't want to carry my stitches for the green bits in the middle. There's 4 stitches here. I'm stitching that 4 bit, like tying off, cutting my thread, redoing, you know what I mean, re-going in here with a pin stitch, and that can be quite painstaking, but we're doing it, and that's only for the edges. So yeah, that is that one. I'm trying to work on that one a block a month. There are 30 blocks in the pattern, so it is going to take me a while to do, but it's so cool. This pile is just going to collapse in a minute, so I'm not going to put those there. Okay, and then I had a Christmas in July new start. So Laurie from Once Upon a Stitch had mentioned that she was going to start an ornament from this kit, and I was like, oh, I have that kit. That would be a great idea to stitch that with her, and we sort of messaged about it and whatever. So I started one of them, and she hasn't at the moment. I think she found the pattern a little bit overwhelming. So let me tell you what I'm talking about. This is the Christmas Village Ornaments by Dimensions. It's a gold collection kit. I got this kit for Christmas from my sister, and I was like, that's going to be a perfect stitch for Christmas in July. So I started the bakery. This one here is the bakery, isn't it? Yeah. was sort of umming and ahhing for a while about what to do, but yeah, I started the bakery. And what I've been doing is trying to colour complete. So I'm going to do, I think it would be useful to do a video on how I start and stitch dimensions kits, because I think they can be very overwhelming in terms of all the stuff that you get, what to do, how to figure out margins on the fabric that they give you, all of that kind of stuff. And this one especially, there are 6 ornaments that you can stitch in the kit. And presumably, I'm guessing that they give you enough thread for every ornament. The fabric, however, they do give you enough fabric, but you can see the margins here. This is the top and the bottom. So the top and bottom margin isn't terrible. It's what, like 1.5 inches? This is 1/2 inch. That's pretty terrible. So yeah, when I worked it all out, I was like, well, I'm going to cut the fabric because it's easier for me to stitch in hand like this. I know some people who stitch in a Q-snapper or a hoop would want the fabric to stay on the bigger piece, but it's easy for me to hold like this. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's the margins on it. So I've been colour completing. And I think have I put that on it? I don't think I've put this on Instagram yet. So what I'm going to do is put pictures up on the screen of every colour so far, so you can see the colour completing kind of process. And it hasn't always been 100% perfect because, you know, you always miss a few stitches here and there. But that's how it's going so far. So I'm really enjoying this. The stitches up here are mostly tent stitch because it's the sky, but they're 4 strands and that can be quite hard on your hands. So what I've been tending to do is go between the sky and then something down here. It's looking pretty awesome though. Yeah. So I think my intention with this would be to finish this ornament and then put the kit away for a little while. I don't want to have it as a whip for all 6 ornaments forever. I'll put the kit away for a while and then I'll get it back out and I'll do another ornament, that kind of idea. It comes with finishing materials. So it comes with this piece of felt and it all, like, these are the threads that I haven't sorted yet. It also comes with this like gold, what are they calling it? Gold metallic. I think this is for the cording around the outside. And then it comes with like templates for how to cut it into that shape. Finishing is going to be interesting. But I'm not there yet, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So I think I will film a video like that in the summer. I have time to film a few more videos, and plus I will have time to film some more videos anyway from now because Bella is going to be going to preschool in September. So I have Monday afternoons and Friday afternoons to myself, which is a little bit mind-blowing, but there we go. So it does give me time to do extra things basically. Because at the moment I have to rely on the fact that Stefan has to look after her while I'm doing this basically. That's that. Okay. Then I started 2 other things. So should we talk about that? Yeah. So I started the Gecko Rouge kit that I did an unboxing of on my channel. And this is B. It's by Lorna Lane. And it's charted and kitted by Gecko Rouge. So, I went with the 25 count option. They do give you enough thread to do 2/1, but I don't do 2/1 on 25 count, so I'm doing 1/1. Let's have a little look. This isn't a massive piece because it's not fully full coverage. Let's go to where this is, clicking on Pattern Keeper. Here we go. it's 65,000 stitches in total. So I stitched 2,484 stitches and I'm at 3.81%. Again, there was a lot of block stitching in this and it was just so satisfying. So I started in the middle because I wasn't sure about the margins and I just thought, I'll just start in the middle. Let's just fold this so you can see this properly. Here we go. So this is like the bee's bum. Or it's like, no, it's not quite his bum. It's this stripe in the middle here. So that is all fully stitched. And then I've sort of started coming out and doing, this is a bit of the background. I think these are this is the start of his wings. I'm really attracted to the Lorna Lane patterns. I was having a look at some of the other ones the other day, and there's a great flamingo one that's just brilliant, that I really like the look of, but I do wonder, I'm not going to order another one until I finish this. So the threads did come on these thread cards, and I started trying to work with those, but it was just too much. So I made my own bee floss drops, and these are going to be going in the shop soon, so keep your eye out for those. They have 4 different designs on them of bees. So you've got that one, you've got the purple flower one, there is this one here where you've got them all sort of flying around in a field, and then this one, and them in the hive. They're really lovely. So I started taking the floss when I was using that colour off of the card, putting it on a floss drop, and then just putting the number and the symbol. So Gecko Rouge don't tell you what the DMC numbers are for sort of copyright purposes. But yeah. So they're just all numbered 1 to whatever it is, 80, whatever. So yeah, I put them on here, and this is much easier for me to use. Loving that. I'm stitching that with Sharon from Sharon's Crafty Creations on Instagram. I met her at the Essex Needles retreat, and she's so lovely. And she had this kit and had sort of posted about it on Instagram, and I was like, I literally had ordered it that day or like the day before or something like that. It's weird how these things work. And so we talked about starting it together. So yeah, I'm excited to be stitching that with her. I think that's her Instagram handle. If it wasn't, I'll have put the correct one on the screen. Okay. And then the other new start that I had, I'm stitching this with, I'll make sure I get her Instagram handle right. Let's see. It's Sarah Ann Stitches. So I'm stitching that with her. It's her Instagram is Sarah_Ann_Stitches. Yeah, so I started the Summer Sampler. This is by Sandy Orton, and you can buy it from the Cooler Designs Studio website. I ordered a piece of 28 count white Lugana. I'm using my summer floss drops that are in my Etsy shop. I'm going to pick those up now, and I loved working on this, absolutely loved. I managed to get all the way across the top of the pattern. So let's just fold this over so you can see. This is where we're up to. It was such fun stitching, I loved it. So I was doing a motif at a time, back stitching it as I went, and I went all the way across. I haven't back stitched this because obviously you've got some stitching underneath here, so I'm waiting to do that, and then that will be back stitched. And then when I'd finished that bit, just before I put it away, I just started in on the sky, in this sort of like little scene that's going on. It's like a little seaside scene with a lighthouse. It is so fun. I love it. And look at how effective that looks. It's ridiculously good. I want to stitch all of these now. So I think a bit like the montage patterns, I'm going to be buying the next seasonal pattern when it's that season and starting it, because why not? So if anybody wants to join me, let me know. Feel free. Yeah. Sarah was sort of owing and ahhing about what kind of fabric to do it on. Because there are some bits, like there's this bit here where it's just back stitch, but I think that'll look absolutely fine on the white. So yeah, loving it. So that was the second new start, and then I have just two more whips to show you. The first one, I had hankering one day to work on this, and I haven't worked on this since January. It's Dark Cinderella by Barrett Biggers. I think I said in my whip parade that I haven't worked on it this year, but that's not true. I did work on it in January. So I put in 452 stitches. Let's just go back up to the top. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of the last time that you saw it. Where is she? So I've stitched a total of 2008 stitches, and this is at 0.90%. So you're not going to notice a big difference, but I worked on it. So I started working in the bottom of this flower, basically. Really pretty colours. It's lovely. Yeah, so just did one day on that in the end. I think I'd finished something up, and I was like, oh, I have a hankering to do that, but then the next day my attention was elsewhere, so yeah. There we go. Right, and lastly, this is Kids Alphabet Sampler, or Kids Alphabet by Eccentric Avenue. You can buy this on Etsy. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of an image that they give you in the pattern, but that isn't included, that it isn't charted, of all of the letters together, because obviously these are all single hoop finishes and I wanted to do it all together. So that's what I'm aiming to do, however, and I think it'll be okay. It was only when I posted this on Instagram that I was like, oh, but there we go. So I did the next letter basically, and this is what it's looking like now. When I posted it on Instagram, I was like, oh, look at the way that it goes up. When I was looking at the picture, I was counting off of this little wave down here to get to the car. But maybe I looked at it wrong. I don't know. It does need to be, if you look at the picture again, the C does need to be a little bit higher to get like the H. There's extra letters in here, look, because obviously 26 isn't divisible by 5. So like the R and the M have been squeezed in here. So that does need to be a bit higher, but it doesn't need to be as high as that. So yeah, I'm hoping it will sort of self-correct as it goes down. I think it'll be okay. But yes, I did the C. That was a day's stitching at the beginning of the week. Yeah. There we go. Shove this back in here. I always like to put my stuff back because already have to do a clean up job, and I don't want to have to do more of a clean up job. Okay, so those are all of the whips. So let's talk about plans. So there are, like I said, 2.5 days left of July, and I think I'm just stitching where the wind takes me, and I think I'm going to continue doing that in August. I'm definitely going to get more stitching done than I normally would because I am off, and there are some pockets of the day when I can get a little bit of stitching in. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, so I don't have any goals in mind for August and the rest of July. I'm just going to stitch what I want when I want. Yeah, basically, that's what I'm doing. There have been some new additions to the shop. So let me see what yesterday I put up 2 patterns by Jerry-Ann Doe's Maiden. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, I'm so sorry. The first one was Baby's Got Blue Eyes. It's a beautiful white tiger. And the second one was UBU. So it's a sunflower and bee pattern, which is just gorgeous. And then what else went up in the shop? I had some patterns by Morgana Fantasy AI. So I had Bubba go up, an adorable cute little baby turtle, Peony, oh she is so pretty, and Love Is in the Air. So those are the patterns that have gone up recently. I don't think anything else went up. Yeah, no. So yeah, a few things, and I do have some things that I am going to be putting into the shop accessory wise soon. Or I might as well show you these now because I have them. I made some shell floss drops, sort of to continue on the summer theme. And there are just a couple of different images in there. It's part of the same shell set. So those are going to be going up in the shop along with the bee ones, and I do have some other accessories that are going to be going up in the shop in the next week. So that's shop update. Let's do haul. Oh, Stitchy kindness to begin with. So I had a wonderful lady contact me. I can't remember what her name is now. I'm going to have to look it up in my emails. It's terrible. Terrible that I can't remember. No. Chelsea. Her name's Chelsea. She contacted me and said that she'd heard in one of my Flosstube videos me saying that my husband is a fan of otters, and he absolutely is. She had this otter pattern. I think she sent me a picture of it. Would I like to, you know, can I send it to you? Would you like it, sort of thing? So I was like, yeah, that would be amazing. And one day this package arrived in the post. So it came with a lovely project bag. And she sent through the pattern, which is this one. It's called Urchins. Original artwork by Sue Coleman, and it's from the Stitching Studio. I don't think I'm a massive fan of this because it talks about Sue Coleman's known for her unique interpretive artwork depicting Northwest Coast native imagery with the bird or animal it represents. So yeah, I don't think I'm a massive fan of this, but I do love this scene here. So I'm definitely going to be stitching this. So she was very kind enough to send that over. But then when I opened the package, there was other stuff in there as well. So she also sent me this little fat quarter shop, like a little bag. Yeah, I could put a small project in this. It's so lovely. Look at that sunflower. And then there were some things in the bag. So she sent me this. Stuck to something, sorry. Hold on. Really lovely needle minder. So cute. These floss drops. And it says at the back that these are from a lady called Tracy Stitches on Instagram. And they came with this really cute little flower charm. They're lovely. And then some floss. So this is Splendor floss. It's really fluffy. It's almost like woolen. 12 ply it says up here, silk. That beautiful blue colour. Then she sent me this, which I think is from this lady called Lady Mama Squirrel on Instagram, in this really lovely lilac-y colour. Beautiful. And then the other one was from Stitchy Silks, and this is a colour called Rubbed Fuchsia. Oh, the feel of it is amazing. Look at the colour of that. It says this is 50 yards. I wonder if that's enough to do like a monochrome long dog sampler or something like that. What do you guys think? I don't know. I'm not sure how many yards you would need to do something like that, but it's just amazing. So thank you so much, Chelsea. Like, it means so much to me that you would take the time to offer me something like that, you know, post it and then send me extra stuff as well. I just was absolutely blown away. So yeah, I will look forward to stitching that and using all the goodies and using my bag as well, or my 2 bags actually. I got actually this morning, I got my fabric of the month from Coffee Craft Fabrics. I get the 32 count even weave in their colour club, so I switched to the colour club. Look at that blue. It's a little bit more aqua-y. It's a little bit more aqua than it's showing on the camera. Yeah, I'm not going to take it out of the bag, but it's gorgeous. I love it. So I got that. A couple of patterns that I bought. I think it's just these 2. Yeah, this one is Ariel in the Bottle. I can't remember the designer's name, but I will leave it linked down below. She's got a Boosty shop, I think because she's a Russian designer, and obviously Etsy aren't allowing Russian designers to be on there. Well, they're just not allowing shops from Russia. But Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny was stitching this, and I thought it was so cute. And so I got it from there. And then I don't remember who I was watching. I've watched an awful lot of Whip Rays recently. Somebody was stitching this, and I didn't know it was a thing. So Country Magic Stitch do lots of scenes from films. So they do like poster styles. So it'll say welcome to Isengard, for example, or welcome to Hogwarts Castle, whatever. And I had 3 of the Harry Potter ones, but I didn't realise that this was one on there. And so I had to go and get it, and she was having a sale anyway. So this is Welcome to Diagon Alley. So I bought that one. So those are the 2 patterns I got. And then I was on a bit of a kit. I got a bit obsessed with kits. So I've got a few here to show you. Oh, before I do that. Oh no, hold on. I have a few other things before I show you the kit. So firstly, again this morning, this turned up. This is the second one in the Beach Boardwalk series by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is the Surf Shop. And I have these on pre-order from Peakside needlecraft. So that came this morning. Teresa showed this on her channel. It is a notebook with the stitching shelf artwork on it. You can buy this from Amazon, and this is what it looks like on the inside, but it is like proper foiled, and it has some bits of metallic on it, and it's like raised. It's such a lovely notebook, and I had it on my wish list for a while, and then she showed it and I had to buy it. So that's that. I bought this book. I can't remember who showed it. Cross Stitch to Calm. It's Stitch and De-Stress with 40 Simple Patterns by Leah Lintz. I've never heard of it before. It's got really simple patterns in it with like 1 or 2 or 3 colours that you could stitch on basically anything. So for example, it's going to be hard to show you because the pattern is on one page and the picture's on another. So let's put this over here. This is the Eiffel Tower, just in one colour. It's just genius. Cherry Blossom. There's 3 colours in that. Just really simple stuff. The shell. I think, was it in here that I saw? It was this last one. I saw this somewhere. I think I was flicking through an old copy of the World of Cross Stitching magazine. I think that's where I saw it. And they had these stags. Look at those. Can you imagine these on like a napkin or like a table runner or something like that at Christmas? Be amazing. Yeah, so I just thought actually that, and I picked this up on eBay for like £3 or something like that, and it's basically brand new. There's nothing wrong with it. So that'd be good to have in my stash. I've been keeping an eye out for this pattern for a while, and a copy of it came up on eBay, and I won the auction. So this is My Lady's Garden. This is I think this is an out of print Mirabilia. I love her, and I love all of the flowers that surround her. I don't like that fabric that she's on. I think it makes it look really dull, but you can choose something else. Like maybe it'll look great on a piece of like light blue fabric. But she's gorgeous. So yeah, I was really happy to get her. And then I saw this pattern in I think it's the most recent Cross Stitcher magazine. This is Beachcomber's Paradise. Well, I think, what are they calling it? Yeah, Beachcomber's Paradise, and it is by, does it say who it's by? I can't remember who it's by, but anyway, I love the pattern. Just loved all of those shells and the little scene in the middle. I think it was so calming and pretty. But what intrigued me about it was that they were using these new threads. And these are anchor linen threads. So this is what they look like. They come on these spools, and the spools are 15 metres, and it's 100% linen threads. And they come in all of these really pretty pastel colours. There's only, I think, 36 colours in the line. What else have we got in here? I'll show you a few other colours. Here you go. I don't have all of the colours for this pattern. I think they'll have something like 26. They're not cheap. But it was one of those moments where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try it out and treat myself, basically. So I bought them. And also because on the pattern there's not a DMC conversion. So you could probably do a DMC conversion, but I was like, I'm just going to order them. So I ordered them from, do I have the card in here? Cotton Club Crafts. I knew about their website before because I'd sort of like saved some kits on there. they were the cheapest on Cotton Club Crafts. Wool Warehouse do like sets of them. You can buy sets of 12, 3 different sets of 12, but you can't buy them individually. Cotton Club Crafts do them individually for the cheapest price. So one of these is £2.25, which if you imagine a normal spool of Anchor or DMC is around £1, isn't it? That's 8 meters. So it's a little bit more expensive. It's just because you get more basically. Yeah, so got them from there. So I do want to start that soon. I do have a piece of 28 count even weave in here to start that with. Because you know what, I only had lunch about an hour ago, and doing this video, I really need a drink and I really need something to eat. So I'm just going to hurry along and do the last bit. So kits. So I had a bit of a hankering to order some kits, so I just did. So I got Wreath of All Seasons by Dimensions. They're all Dimensions kits apart from 3. I love this one. I think it's so pretty. Look at all of those colours. And this is what it looks like. So it comes with, it doesn't say it on the front, does it say it on the back? 18 count ivory Ada, pre-sorted threads. Amazing. Amazon were having a deal on this. I saw somebody on Facebook post about it. So for a really cheap price. Winter Cabin. There's so many people that are stitching this. Laura from I Stitch Birds is stitching this, as well as Debbie from Mama Bear Stitchery. Yeah, sorry about the glare. You can see my camera or iPad. Yeah, so I bought that one. 2 more. One I got from Wool Warehouse. This is a Wise Owl. Jessie Marie is stitching this. Amy from Amy Love Toads is stitching this. I can't remember, somebody else I was watching bought it recently. He is lovely. So he comes with white, 14 count white Ada and all of the threads. I didn't say for this one, this is 16 count grey Ada. It's like a grey bluey colour and all the threads. And then the last one I won in an eBay auction. This is Butterfly and Daisies. Love that one. Look at the colours. Amazing. And this comes with 14 count light green Ada and pre-sorted threads. Lovely. So those are the Dimensions kits, and then I just have a few others. On a Facebook D-stash, somebody was selling this kit, and this is the same lady that's in that book that I showed a while ago now. And Anna from DM's Crafty Vortex is thinking about stitching this for Fancy Lady February last year, and I thought that was a great idea. Didn't realise that there was a Design Works kit of it. I'm pretty sure that it's the same pattern. It might not have this border, but it is, otherwise it's the same. But it came with Ada. It is white Ada, which actually now I'm looking at it in the picture, I was thinking of getting like an oatmeal Ada, but I quite like it on the white. But it came with all the threads and most importantly the beads, because there were a couple of beads in the pattern that were Magnifica ones that are really hard to get hold of right now. But these are all of them that you need. And basically for that reason alone, I was like, right, getting it. Yeah. Really pleased with that. So I can start that next year for Fancy Lady February. Then, who showed this? Oh, that was it. There was another D-stash thing that somebody was doing where they were selling the pattern and the leftover threads for this. And I'd never seen it before and I fell in love with it, but I was like, I don't really, actually for that in that instance, I'd rather get the full kit, because the full kit wasn't like a million miles more expensive than what the person who was doing the destash was selling it for, like once you added on postage and things. So this is Dearland, and it's by Adriana. It's the same cross stitch kit designer that did the Kingdom of Books one that I have in my stash. Look at that. You may have seen before the big owl that has the massive wingspan. I think it's the same sort of series, but you've got all of these sort of little houses and windmills, and look at this little waterfall. I think it's so lovely. And it comes with, is it 16 count black Ada, and then all of the threads that you need. I don't know what kind of threads they are, it doesn't say. It looks like DMC to me. It's Vigot fabric, but I got this from Hobby Jobby. So yeah, I've not ordered them from them before, but I was really pleased with it. It came quickly. Yeah. And the last thing, again, I had been looking for this particular pattern. It's an out of print Mirabilia for ages on eBay, and it came up as a kit. Somebody was selling it as a kit, and I left it until the last minute. There were quite a few other people that were watching it, but nobody had bid on it. And so I just bid on it at the last minute, and I ended up winning it. So this is Sleeping Beauty by Mirabilia. So like I said, it's an out of print pattern, but they do come up every now and again on eBay. And it came as the full kit. So you've got all of the DMC threads, all of the beads that you need. And then it came with a piece of 14 count blue Ada. Now I haven't had a look at the pattern, but my issue with the blue Ada, I think it would look great for the pattern, sort of. Well, we'll talk about the colour choice in a minute. But my issue with Mirabilia patterns is that you have to do some half and quarter stitches, or some quarter and 3/4 stitches, and that's easier to do on linen or even weave. And so I would prefer to do it on a piece of that. I need to actually take this out and see if it does have that. I'm guessing it does though. But I'm also thinking, because there's quite a lot of blue here, that perhaps it would look nice on a piece of like pinky fabric, like light pinky purple fabric. Please let me know what you think about that idea. I can just repurpose the Ada. I'm not going to be starting this anytime soon, so waiting for the right piece of fabric to come up is not a problem. But yeah, I think for the fact that this is fully kitted, this was a really good price. I didn't pay like over the odds for it. It was a treat, but now I have it. That is everything. There's quite a lot of kits there. I was thinking about doing a kit parade at some point, just to kind of give you an overview of what kits I have in my stash now. So please let me know if that would be something that you'd be interested in. Yeah. I talked already about a few sort of lifey things, like we're going on holiday in August. It's summer holidays now. So I don't think I'm going to linger on that too long, because I really need to go and get a drink. So I will hopefully be back in 2 weeks' time, and I will be back in 2 weeks' time with another update before I go on holiday. In the meantime, I hope you all have a lovely couple of weeks yourself, that you get some good stitching in. If you've got any comments or questions for me, please leave them down below. I would love to hear from you. Happy stitching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.